Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's JD and Paul. We're back for another podcast. We're gonna speak a little more candidly to you this time, or I don't know. We're just talking about everything that's going down in the world right now from the perspective of two young gamers, young black gamers.
Oh, why you gotta put black? We're just gonna put all gamers.
I was gonna say that. You're funny. All game.
Well, I'm just all gamer.
I was gonna say, it's true. It's annoying that I even have to say that, but it is true. It's one of those things where, if you think about the gaming community, there are a lot of people who are like, it's like I don't know why, because I never hear like Latino gamers, I never hear Asian gamers, but I do hear black gamers.
Black gamers.
Black.
All gamers matter, JD. I thought you knew that. Jeez.
I thought we did. I thought we did, man. Paul, how's your week been? How are you feeling about everything going on in the world?
It's interesting. Like I'm happy to see everybody's like up in arms and actually together on the situation of like showing how messed up societal like systemic racism is, but I'm like also very worried about other things still.
Like what?
Just like the coronavirus situation. It's still not over.
Yeah, no, it's for sure not over, and a lot of people are just going outside like, hey, this is just put on the back burner now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like I get it. Everybody's like literally risking their lives to protest, but at the same time, I'm like, I saw that footage from like there's one in Hollywood. Was it yesterday?
Oh, the super God tier march.
The God tier march was just everybody compacted together.
It's yeah.
And that like freaked me out.
Well, I've told people this already before. I don't like being in public places with too many people anyway. But I went and marched. I can't remember the day. It was early. It was last week. I want to say it was last Wednesday or maybe Thursday. I think it was Wednesday. And I went, and it was at City Hall here in Los Angeles in downtown. And there were a lot of people, but we were making sure we kept our distance. But we were, closer to people than you'd want to be during this whole pandemic. And it was interesting. But I know the footage you're talking about of the Hollywood here in Los Angeles, the Hollywood protest.
It's a drone shot, and it's just like a sea of people. Like,
Well, you can't just get coronavirus by being around people, right?
Yes, you can. That's the thing.
You can't though. There's specific things to it. You have to if you're touching those people, if you're touching pieces of metal that they might have sneezed on, if you're
on surfaces, it's like just being around people. I'm just hoping 2 weeks from today, like we're not gonna see like a massive
coronavirus peak. We might, honestly.
It's already happening in Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is opening up, and I don't understand it.
They already opened up. I'm like, I've been following some of like my homegirls on Twitter who are like, or Instagram was like, I just want to party, and just go straight to Vegas, and like in a day.
I just want to party.
Yeah, trust me, that's all they've been complaining about. Is like the last 2 months is just I want to throw on a mini skirt and go party, and I'm like, okay, cool. And they went to Vegas, and sure enough, like within a day of them being open, there was already like 200 cases of coronavirus in the first day.
I believe it.
And I was like, oh, okay. I haven't seen the footage. Nobody's wearing masks or anything.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff is kind of.
That's the thing that's throwing me off. The optional mask stuff. I mean, I get it, but it's like at the same time, there's some people who don't care, and if they like are sick, they're probably like, I'm just gonna go out because I want to gamble, I want to party, I want to do this. I don't think the people at the protests are doing that. I'd like to hope not. I can't imagine someone being like deadly ill and being like, I'm going to go protest. But maybe they're like, hey, if I'm good, if my life is coming to an end, I want to go out, making sure that I'm doing the right thing.
People.
Maybe I don't know.
That's the only thing that's kind of like scaring me about this protesting situation. Other than that, it's cool. I love what I'm seeing.
That's good. Yeah, I was gonna say that footage of the drone, it didn't look real though. I like when I saw that video footage, I thought that was like not necessarily doctored, but I thought it was just like it was like the aerial shot was it was at a very like specific angle where it looked like a sea of people. But I've seen footage from that same protest when it was at its like maximum, and those people are not as close as that aerial footage makes it look. And I want to say it's because of like forced perspective, and because the drone is kind of going straight and you're just seeing like rows and rows of people, but you can't see the divide between all of them.
Yeah, I don't know. From the way it looked scary to me. Just
are you scared of your people, Paul?
I'm not scared of my people.
Are you scared of your people, my Paul?
I would not look like this if it wasn't for Miss Rona. Do you see?
What, black? Wait, what are you talking about?
I would not look like my dark skin because of the corona. No, stupid. No, just like look at this. Like I haven't shiven in a while. Shiven.
I got it. Yep. You growing in that I'm trying beard.
No, this is just I've given up on trying to look good for people who I'm never going to see. So
well, we can't go anywhere anyway. Who we trying
exactly.
to look? Yeah. Facts. I mean, I don't know.
My dog.
Hey, I feel that. I was gonna say.
Actually, no, Chewy's been trying to hump me all week, so maybe this is a good look for him. I don't know.
For your dog?
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things where it's great to see everything that's happening right now. Like it's great to see due to the unfortunate circumstances. Situation. Yeah, because you don't want anybody to lose their life, for everybody to get up in arms and realize like this is bad. It's like it's been bad. Why everybody so late? but
yeah, but like it's like I feel like this is like, how do I say this? Fuck, I'm just gonna say it's like the perfect storm of reasons why this is working.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Is because like everybody's been in the house for so long. If other things were going on, it would take away from the pressing issues. Like if sports were still going on or any of that.
If the pandemic didn't exist, this would not be happening. It is that simple. Right. It's dead ass, because this has happened plenty of times before. So this isn't new. It's very much a situation where if we were not in a pandemic and we did not have distractions, like you just mentioned, sports, movies, stores, all these things open, this would not, no way. There's no way that this would be that important. It's just one of those things where you got everybody trapped in the house, focusing on their stuff online, living their lives, and then out of nowhere, everybody looked into the racial injustice. It wasn't just black people who had to see it on their timelines, because black people, when somebody dies in our community, we usually find it on our feeds because we already follow plenty of black people who are reposting it. So now you've got it going across to a bunch of different communities and a bunch of different ethnicities and people who are saying like, wait, what is this?
What
do you all deal with this all the time? And we're like, are y'all can't be serious right now, right? Like, are you?
I had to explain to this non-melanated person recently, because she understood, but she didn't understand like the gravity of what happens. And I had to tell her, I was like, every time I get pulled over by the cops, I make sure I call one of my parents just to make sure that in case something happens to me, they know what's going on. She's like, is it that serious? I was like, yes. So I'm like, why? Because like when you call the cops, you have the option of feeling, oh, they're going to protect me. But if it's for me, I have to worry about is I can't say anything that will make the cop feel uncomfortable. Without having the risk of like losing my life. It's like it's either the two options is for people, white people, is like I get a ticket or I can talk my way out of this. Okay, cool. Mine is I either get a ticket, arrested, or dead.
Yeah, you forgot a warning too. That's also an option to get.
And we don't get warnings. It's like we just get the 3: ticket, arrested, dead. There's only those 3.
I mean, it's just one of those things where you're not wrong in what you're talking about, because I've been pulled over by cops and you've been pulled over by cops, and it's one of those things where, I mean, this has been going on forever, but I feel like it's so much, like it's so, I don't know why it's like in the last decade, I feel like cops have been killing black people more than I'm used to seeing. Or less of them killing them, more of us being able to see it because we have the technology.
Cell phones, yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
These are the best weapons for Black people to have.
For now, that's really all we got. But and hopefully things change up in like governments and different communities and all the mayors hopefully stepping up and things like that. I also like the whole defund the police is an interesting thing, which I understand it, but I think a lot of people are taking it, or not necessarily taking it, but they're taking it at like face value when people say the police are being dismantled, and it doesn't necally mean the police are just being taken away. Like people think that means the cop, we're getting rid of cops. I don't necessarily recommend that.
I would like to see what would happen though.
We're gonna get purged. We're gonna get purged.
Oh, we getting purged now, baby.
We are getting purged now, but I'm just saying, what's gonna happen if that was a real thing. You're gonna have a lot of people who love their gun laws saying, well, I guess it's my time to step up then, baby. Let's go and get it.
Do you think those people are getting like really excited right now, like with the situation?
Some of them, yeah.
It's just like defund police. Our government's oppressing us. It's time, boys. Get your guns out. AR-15s. Everybody gets one.
Why do those people sound the same when we do? What is gun enthusiasts? They all sound like
sound like Clayton Bigsby to me.
They all sound like Clayton Bigsby, or what's that dude? What's that dude who's like the redneck comedian? I forget his name.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Cable Guy. Yeah. Now wait a minute. Now I like him though. He's funny.
Or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but Stone Cold on the right side of justice. You seen them tweets?
Right side.
Or Facebook posts. I don't know where he posted.
Now listen here. I've had bears over there.
Listen here, you some bitch. I don't care what you think. That Confederate flag ain't for me now, brother. But
I gave our president a Stone Cold Stunner. Now do it again.
He did. He sure did. Yo, can we watch that real quick?
Yes, we can.
Hold on. I gotta pull that up real quick. That sounds so funny right now. I forgot that he did that. Hold on. Stone Cold Stunner. Stone Cold Stunner.
Listen here, you bitch.
I'm just gonna let it play in the background with no audio, but this is funny, y'all. This is just us having some fun watching something funny. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I might have to let it play with audio because it's so funny.
I can't hear it, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, you can't hear it, Paul. Oh, I got.
Hold on. Let me actually find the same clip.
I think you can't. Are you sure you can't hear it? It wasn't working, right?
Guns.
You pulling it up? Just type in Stone Cold. Stunner.
Trump.
Yeah.
Found it.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna play it. Here we go. This is just a classic.
And fair warning, so I'm gonna break it down to you like this. Not only in this ring, don't get under my skin.
Damn, Umaga's there too. R.I.P.
Don't rub me the wrong way.
Is he the one that passed away recently? Or
he died a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Basically, long story short,
hold on, I gotta pause this. Our faces are covering the epicness that is this Stone Cold Stunner that's about to happen. All right, hold on. I just moved us into the corner. All right, here we go. I gotta watch this, man. Run it from the top. Here we go.
I think it's only fair that you give a man fair warning. So I'm gonna break it down to you like this.
I'm gonna break it down to you, brother.
Don't get under my skin.
What?
Don't rub me the wrong way.
What?
Don't ruffle my feathers.
What?
Basically, long story short, I'm telling you not to piss me off.
Look at Trump, bro.
Because if you do piss
me
off, I whip your ass. Now look at me when I'm talking to you.
Look at his face.
Because I've done my research on you. I don't give a rat's ass if you're worth $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion,
$1 trillion.
$4 billion.
Yo, how did this man get in the White? I don't even know. I'm not sure how we just got to that.
Stone Cold's the goal.
What if that was the way to end racism right there? Just
let me get a hell yeah.
Let me get a hell yeah. Just one.
I'd vote for Stone Cold immediately.
Oh my gosh, one clean stunner, and the world is saved. Oh my goodness, that was That was funny. That was enjoyable, but that was enjoyable. Let's refocus. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, I guess for us it's just one of those things where we just we're as young black men, we're so used to this.
Yeah.
That even this small week of change, I guess you call it, is like it's like, as a black person, you're still very skeptical. You're just sitting there and you're like, I don't personally think it means much for me. I don't think anything's gonna really change in my life, but I'm happy that more people are aware. I'm not happy that those same people are blowing up my fucking phone asking if I'm okay, because it's like, you can't call me to ask me how I'm feeling about a lifetime of like, I guess, unfortunate circumstance based upon the color of my skin and history that my people had to deal with. But I do appreciate the attempt, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, there's always been subtle like points of racism that we have to deal with throughout our lives, to the point where it just seems like it's just part of the average black experience. So like, I think it's hilarious when like people start to really find out like the situations and whatnot of what it is, because like somebody put up a post, it was like, when was the first time you experienced racism in the workplace? And I was like, oh, this is pretty average. It's like the average age is like around 16 when people first start working, or somebody says something slick or whatnot, and it's be overt, but it's like the subtle bits of racism, or not so subtle ones, which are
micro racism.
Right. Like the time I had to deal with a racist dog at work before.
Wait, what? Oh wait, no, you did tell me about this, but wait, tell me again, because you just said racist dog, and I'm like, hold on, Paul. If you would have said racist dog owner, I'd have been 100% with you. The racist dog at my job. Hold on, what are we talking about right now?
Okay, so I was working for this thing. I can't say what it is. Well, I can't say what it is.
It doesn't matter. Just say you were working for a job, and
I was working a job, and I was working for this lady, and she would bring her dog to the office all the time. But the dog, every time the dog would go, everybody else would be all nice, friendly, loving dog to everybody. But as soon as I came around, and I'm like, okay, cool. Clearly this dog doesn't like me, so I'm just not gonna be around it. But one day I'm in the office working, and keep in mind, this is when my hair was like in the big afro pre-dreads. So which shouldn't make a difference, but okay. I know, I'm just giving context.
Okay.
Because of what's happened. So like, I'm sitting there, everybody's petting the dog in the office, and my boss is like, "Hey Paul, come pet the dog." I was like, "Yo, your dog doesn't like me, right?" And she's just like, "Oh no, he's just being weird sometimes. Come pet the dog." As soon as I try to pet the dog, and then I gave her an out. I was like, "Okay, your dog doesn't like me. Maybe your dog smells my dog on me, right?" And she's like, "Or maybe it's your hair."
Oh yeah, you did tell me about this. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
Wait, the way it looks or the way it smells or what?
Just
maybe it's
in general.
Maybe it's your hair. What kind of shit is
maybe
that?
Maybe it's your hair.
That's like an easier way of saying maybe because you're black.
Yeah.
Or because your hair. What did her hair look like?
Just normal white lady, brown long hair.
Yeah.
I was the only person of color in the office.
Yeah. Did anyone else ever come around that dog who was black or a person of color?
Nope.
No.
Just me.
Yeah, that's a weird thing for a person to say. Maybe it's your hair. What happened after she said that?
I just said, "Oh." I sat down. I got up, and like a few minutes later, I went outside and I called my dad, and I was like, "I'm about to cuss out these people." and he's just like, I can't say what my dad really said, but essentially what he said was,
I don't care if you say it. We podcasting, unless it's like I really don't care. But you say if you feel comfortable.
He's just like, don't let these people get to you.
Did he turn into Dr. Umar?
Yeah, that's why I gotta.
Their chips has been activated, brother. That's
activate the coon chip.
That is.
You have coon so hard.
that is just white supremacy talk that they sent you down your way, brother. That sucks though. That's the truth of it all. That is the type of stuff that we have to sit back and just deal with. People trying to because that's unnecessary. What would your hair have to do with anything? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
What's
another one? Mm-hmm. Another funny racism story on the set was it was one of the last days of the shoot and whatnot, and I was working a PA for this gig on this TV show, and one of the producers was coming down bouncing a basketball. So I'm sitting there with all the other PAs. There's about 6 of us in a row, and I'm at the end. And as soon as he starts bouncing the basketball, I turned to my friend Kirk. I was like, watch this dude pass me the basketball. He's like, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that, Paul. I was like, okay, watch this shit. So he's bouncing the basketball. He walks past everybody, gets to me, passes me the basketball.
And you don't fucking play basketball at all. That's a funny thing.
And that's exactly what I told him. I told him straight up. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. And I threw it back to him.
That just sounds funny.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he realized what he just did. And my friend Kirk is sitting there, face palming and shaking his head.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was just
yeah, that's how it be. That's for sure how it be. I forgot. I didn't even think about racist work related stuff because I got a gang of them things. I forgot about that. I didn't even really consider that. And I'm talking about in the last 2-3 years. I'll tell a story. I'll tell a story not from a previous gig because Paul knows it. I mean, if I tell it though, people will know. I personally
know what it is.
I don't fucking care. I don't. What does that mean?
Unlike me, you have things to lose. I don't.
I don't give a fuck about losing. I don't give a fuck about losing shit. For being honest, listen. Because I worked on the show. I worked on a show, and in working on this show, there was a day where they wanted us to use some props on set, and one of the props on set was a big fucking banana. And I looked over at the banana that my producer was holding, and I was like, "Hey, what the fuck is that?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just a fun prop to come out on set with." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool. I'm not gonna do that." And they were like, "Oh no, what? Why? What? Huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware, but racist people call black people monkeys, and I ain't no fucking monkey, and I ain't about to hold no goddamn banana, so you can get that shit offset." And I was just honest because I was like, "Yo, I'm the fucking star of the show. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna put myself on camera doing that stupid shit." And then producer was really upset and was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't meant nothing by it. He." And I'm like, "Okay, man, cool. This is over. It's a wrap. I deaded this shit now. This was in the early morning rehearsals. I was like, cool, it's dead. It's done." Come to find out later, this dude, and this is the annoying part of Hollywood, people don't listen to people of color when they give them boundaries. That's a thing. So if I tell you, hey, don't say this around me, most if not every time, that same person will try to find another way to say that thing because they don't like being put in bounds. They don't like the fact that someone's telling them you should not do this around me because I'm uncomfortable. They're like, well, what about this? Well, what about this version of it? What about that? And that shit is the most annoying fucking thing that ever happens, in my opinion, in the workforce that I currently work in. Because lo and behold, like I said, later afternoon, now I get a break, I chill, and then later I shoot my show. And this same dude, I get back on set for my second rehearsal of the day. It's a little later in the day, and the same fucking banana is on stage, except they painted it red. And I was like, ooh. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I was like, what is that? And they were like, oh, same guy. He's like, oh, it's just, we thought maybe if we changed the color it can look like a different fruit or some sort of fucking vegetable. And I was like, no, man, no, it looks like a fucking big red banana, dog. Like, what is your problem? I told you no. The shit is dead. Like, and he was really pleading his case. Well, I mean, maybe if you just hold it from this side. I'm like, hey, bro, if you keep bringing that shit up, I'm gonna take a knife to that fucking inflatable banana and burst your fucking bubble in person. I don't care. Like, I was not pressed about, like, I wasn't gonna lose the job because they didn't have anybody who had my skill set anyway. So it was just talk your talk, King. What's up? Yeah, what's up, young King? But look, it was ignorant, dude, and it was racist. I told them to their face that it was racist, and I don't appreciate it. Even though they didn't mean to be racist, I just said, hey, just to let you know, because obviously you're not informed, because a lot of people do not do their research and don't give a fuck about other communities or ethnicities, because it doesn't matter. It's nothing that they usually have to deal with in their day to day. I was like, yo, I told you earlier, this shit's racist. I'm not with it. Get that shit off stage. And like, I know that probably someone's listening to this like, well, JD, maybe if you said it nicer. Nah, fuck that. It was one of those things where I did say it nice when I first discovered it. I was like, hey guys, I'm not comfortable with this. Could you just move that? But then when it happened a second time, I was like, yo, y'all are really fucking with me now. Like, what is this whole scenario where you think you can just get over on me? I'm still human. I know that my color of my skin makes you think that I'm less than, but fuck you. I'm not doing that. So please remove that thing off set, or I'll just go home. I could go home right now. And it was just stupid. And it's one of those things where that type of shit happens like all the time. It's like, it's people who work in positions that they're not prepared for to handle real life situations, and not even just racist stuff happening on set. I've seen sexist stuff happening on set of projects I've worked on, and I've been to these HR meetings where I'm like, yo, how is no one listening to the HR? Like, I know exactly how I'm supposed to perform, behave, and act in front of certain people. And also when you go to an HR meeting for whether it's a corporation or a television project or a movie or something like that, or for your job at home, the HR will tell you like, yo, you are allowed to let us know if situations that don't even involve you make you uncomfortable. So there was a few of them where I was sitting back and there was a few of them where I was sitting back and I noticed, like, particularly men on set speaking candidly about women, and I was like, yo, we got women on set. What is wrong with y'all? Like, these microphones are hot. Shut the fuck up and do your job. I'm one of them people where I don't get people who can't hold themselves back from their ignorant ways or don't learn from their situations. That's just me, but you know, that's just one little cup of tea right there, boy. I feel like I got stories on top of stories about ignorant shit that I had to deal with at work. But you know, no, that's just part of being black, and that's the thing that a lot of y'all out there who are listening to this, if you're watching and you're not black and you're sitting there and you're concerned about the whole light of the world, the thing is, a lot of black people have just known this, not even known this. We live it every day. And I, like I said in my other video with me and Pilar, I mentioned a few days ago, like, yes, I am definitely in a better position than most black people. I'm not gonna act like I'm not. Not that I just was thrown into some sort of hierarchy. It's just one of those things where I was just fortunate enough to be raised by the people who raised me and put in the position that I'm put in. It doesn't mean it goes away though. Like, you still experience racism no matter what level of society you're at as a black person, and as other people of color, Asian people, Indian, Latino, other communities, the LGBTQIA, all that. Like, it's like, it just happens, and it's just stupid. It's just really stupid. And I'm not trying to say that like even white people don't have any trouble. Like, there's plenty of white people who like are born in the gutter and don't ever get out. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that the people who claim built our country make it so that it is easier for their people to succeed. Like, that's the whole point of systemic racism and redlining and everything that happened slavery, like it's just a real thing. Not to say that we created slavery, because I got a lot of people in my fucking comments giving me those dumbass
Africans had slavery too.
Oh my god, those dumbass hot takes. I'm like, bruh, we're not talking about Africa, we're not talking about Egypt, we're not talking about Jews being slaves. I'm not talking about Nazi Germany. I'm talking about what happened here in this country. I'm talking about the slavery brought to this country and the issues brought to this country that this country was founded on and built on. And it's like, it's like having a what's a good example? It's like having a shiny trophy, but the thing is, it's not like it's like gold plated. It's not real gold. It's like having a golden statue that you're like, oh, this is so beautiful and this and that, and then like an appraiser looks at it and says, oh, this thing is cheap and dingy and dirt and broken as fuck. Like, why are you trying to sell this off as something that it's not? That's what people sell the American dream as. That's the issue.
So you're talking about Trump Towers, huh?
I've seen that thing in person. I went to New York over the last summer. But I'm surprised. Well, oh no, I was gonna say I was surprised they didn't try to break into that thing. But then I was like, I forgot that he keeps military people around it. So
is that legal? Can he?
I don't think half the stuff he's done since he became president has been legal, and hence the reason we just watch a Stone Cold Steve Austin clip of him getting fucking stunnered. It's one of those things where, like, at this point, do
you think that if Stone Cold knew the future, he would have like
stunned
legitimately like tried to injure that man if he knew?
I don't know. I have no idea.
If you could go, you young me, I need you to actually hurt Donald Trump in the ring. Do it for the future. I
think it's just one of those things where the weirdest part of all this is, like, if you still support Trump, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, not to say that fucking whoever we had on the ballot, Hillary, was any better, or that sleepy ass Joe Biden is any better. It's just one of them things where it's like, at least at the end of the day, at least Joe Biden, I mean, even though if you ain't black, you don't vote for him, but it's like, but it's
between me or Donald Trump, then you ain't black.
Oh, I still haven't seen that clip. I've seen, like, I think
pull it up.
I'll pull it up in a second, but I was gonna say between Biden, Hillary, it's just one of those things where at least they've done the due diligence and the groundwork, in the sense that they were involved in politics. Trump just was like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna go and try this out. And then he wins, and then he literally starts to destroy everything that was built before him. And, plenty of people will sit back and say, well, Obama didn't do anything. Sure. If that's what you want to say, that's fine. I will tell you one thing though, the country was not like this. It wasn't, it wasn't this split. I don't remember. It's one of the things where in my whole life, I don't remember ever having a president who made racial issues such a big thing. Like, usually it's like people just go be racist in their own corners of the world, and other people will just be, what I call normal, where everybody wants to just everybody be happy, and like the racists would just be kind of like quiet and mind their business, but still be racist, but you wouldn't have like murderous rampaging, huh?
You wouldn't have to deal with them.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like, they stay in their little corner of the world and think that, like, they deserve to have, I don't know, white cleansing, and then the rest of us just live our lives. Trump brought, like, his whole pitch and his whole way of marketing himself was like, white America. Let's make America white again. That's what he should have called it. Like
Mawa
instead of MAGA. You're an idiot, dude. But yeah, it's like, you can't even deny that in the last 4 years I've never seen our country so racially divided. And you, like, in the sense that, like, the word Republican and Democrat and conservative and liberal, those words weren't that, they're like trigger words now. Like,
you say?
Trigger, you heard me, boy. Shut up. I feel like it's one of those things where I don't remember ever, I don't remember conservative being such a bad word when I was younger. I thought that meant like you were just kind of like preppy, up, you know,
In the
up,
middle.
up tight, this and that. And same with Republican. I remember like, I know that like growing up, my family was like, we're Democrats, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Cause Democrats is what people, you know, allude to as people who want everyone to have equal rights and everybody be on the same page. And then, Republicans are the opposite, where they think the 1% deserves it and this and that. And then also I have people nowadays where I get it. I've Googled, I've done my research where you say that Democratic parties had slaves and this and that. Not saying they didn't. I'm not talking about 400 years ago. I wasn't there. But it's just one of them things where these words are just so like, they're like, they're just like shots to let off now. It's such a weird, it's just weird. It's just really weird. And in the last 4 years, to me, this is the weirdest. This got to be the weirdest time we've ever lived our lives, in my opinion. Other than like 9/11, like other than
we've seen a lot of like random stuff happen
in the last 6 months. We had too much shit happen that I can't even explain.
I've been telling people like we are living a history book.
Yeah. This 1 year is one really long chapter in a boring ass social studies book.
In like 5 years.
I mean,
2020, the coronavirus struck and thousands of black people died. And then
I mean, what are your thoughts though, Paul? I'm pulling up the Joe Biden clip, by the way.
Gee.
Do you want
it's
Spike?
This is him apologizing.
Oh, it's an apology. Wait, where's the original clip?
Wait, go up.
These are all apologies.
I think he says it in the beginning of the third one.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to show the apology and then they're going to show the original clip. So
okay, I can't hear the apology, so.
Well, I'm not playing anything right now. You good? Hello?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to play the clip.
All right, I'm just going to play it, bro. If you've seen it, then it doesn't matter.
I've seen it, but you haven't, so I want to see.
Also, you should be able to. Oh no, actually, you're not. I don't think you are able to hear anything. All right, don't worry about it. Hold on, let me pull up this clip.
Vice President.
All right, Sleepy Joe, man, Sleepy Joe. All right. Oh, there he is. Let's see what happens.
You know, Vice President Biden, I've read some of your black agenda, and you say that you would decriminalize marijuana. What's the difference between legalizing it and decriminalizing it?
Because they're trying to find out whether or not there is any impact on the use of marijuana, not in leading you to other drugs, but what it affects. Does it affect long-term development of the brain? And we should wait till the studies are done. I think science matters.
I think we got decades and decades of studies from actual weed smokers, though.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of weed smokers.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw. Well, I saw the day that the news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country. And they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you. And one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Well, you know,
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
That was weird. Did you hear any of it or no?
Nothing.
All right. So at the end, he basically just said, look at my record, this and that, blah blah blah. If you ain't this, you ain't black. That was cringe. That was really cringe. I've never seen that whole thing. That was really uncomfortable. Cause even Charlemagne didn't even laugh or acknowledge it. He just kind of was like, hey man, it ain't about the colors, man. And what was worse was Biden going off right after talking about like, hey man, you know my track record, baby. That's like being like, yo, you know I got hella black friends, boy. Come on now.
Don't you know how many people I put in jail because of my policies?
Come on, baby. He was pleading with him. He's like, come on now, come on, let me chill, let me kick it with you, Slick. That was, yeah. And also, what's up with all these old ass candidates? Why aren't there any dudes between the age of like 35 to like 45 who run? I don't get it. Why do we get these old ass dudes? I guess the youngest dude we had last was Obama.
Then we had Andrew Yang in the race, but nobody liked him. And
I thought Yang was all right, but I mean, I think some of his policies didn't make much sense. But
then they stole his stuff right after. What are you talking about?
Oh well, yeah, no facts. Oh no, they for sure did. But his thing was supposed to be he was supposed to be giving out those checks once a month, I thought, right? But yeah. He didn't say he could give it out to all of the American public. He said he would be able to give it out to a selected group of families, and then he would try to give them $1,000 a month, which is like, bro, there's millions of families. Like that's not a great idea anyway. But I don't know.
Yeah,
but they did for sure steal it. Stimulus joint.
The stimmy checks.
Them stimmies. If you got your stimmy, let us know in the comments of the video, or maybe
got mine.
I don't think we did. I don't think we got one. Or if
you're rich.
We're rich, Paul. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Paul. I'm trying to get there. I am blessed to say that I have earned decent amounts of money from working. Not rich. I'm not rich by proxy, you goofball. I get off my ass and work every goddamn day. I thought that was weird though. That was weird. Also, I just don't understand why there's so many people who run who are like, you're over 60. You're like, you can't. Well, who wants to hire their granddaddy to run a country? That's dumb. I couldn't hear you.
They should probably lower the age of presidential candidate. It's like, what is it, 45?
They should lower. They should put a limit on how old you can be to run. That's what they need to do. They need to cap that shit at 60, 65.
I say 40 to 45, or 55.
I say 40 to 59, or 30, 38 to 40 to like 38 to like 55. Yeah, because I wouldn't want someone who's in their early 30s unless they really know what they're talking about.
Jaden Smith, I'd vote for him.
Jaden Smith? What?
He knows what's going on.
All right, Paul. Paul, we need to continue talking about this because I feel like we don't have game plans to our podcast. You know, we're very natural and in the moment. This is like a black Joe Rogan podcast. No, just kidding.
What about have you ever tried taking DMT to help you get through this whole situation?
No, Paul, shut up. I'm gonna bring us back, and I mean that's funny, but I'm gonna bring us back. Paul, let's talk about the protests though, and the riots and all the stuff that happened. So, like, how did you? First off, did you see the video of dude getting killed?
No, I couldn't watch it. I'm tired of seeing black people die.
You really? You're like the most desensitized dude I know ever. You didn't watch it at all?
No.
Oh, I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it. It was on Phil DeFranco's shit. He did like a recap of it and showed it right before he went unconscious. Like he just showed the dude's knee on him and all that, it's just horrifying. I'm just watching it and I'm just like, bruh, you killing this man and you just comfy up there. You over here just on his jugular for no reason, murdering this dude. And it was really sad. Like hearing him like scream for like yell for help. It's just terrifying.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, it was bad, dude. And then, I mean, obviously what came of it was virality. Everybody saw that happen. And, you know, it's also one of those things where here's the worst case of it all is the fact that not necessarily the worst case, but the reason that it really just like I think sparked is because we all saw it, and then our initial reaction was just like, this is fucking wrong. This is terrible. It wasn't even the same for Ahmaud Arbery, and he got gunned down, and that was terrifying. Or Breonna Taylor. Yeah, it's just and also it's one of the things where we've been seeing this shit for years now. Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, I forget the guy who got choke held, Gardner, I think. Eric Gardner, the guy who was on the floor who the cop shot when he was just like trying to move, and the cop was on the opposite side of the car. Lando Castile, I think Philando Castile. I think I said that right. I hope.
Philando.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, man, and it's really annoying that like you got to get into like 120 black people to care. Finally, it's like
like I said in the beginning, it's just because like we're at this point now where people usually in life would just have other things to worry about, but since we've been inside all this time, today they got time, cuz.
It's not even stuff to worry about. It's stuff to distract you. Like, I'm being honest. Even me, like, because, you know, I think some people recently hit me up talking about, JD, why are you posting such political content? I'm like, yo, black people dying is not political. Black people dying is human rights. You want other people who look like you to have the same rights as everyone else. It's not, ain't got shit to do. If it turns into politics, it's because your politicians start to use it to their political gain, not because we want to talk about it. And the one thing is, I've been posting about this one a lot more, but I post about whenever I see something like that happen. Like Ahmaud Arbery, I was like, that was fucking terrible. The kid who got murdered on the street doing his face, he was the guy who, I think he was having like a mental breakdown, or maybe he was having a panic attack, anxiety attack, and he was driving away from the police. And he was on his Facebook Live talking about he was in a highway high speed chase, and that dude got killed by black cops, which I just don't get it. Like, as a cop, why is your first response to not even just black people, but anyone, oh, time to shoot, it's time to kill? A majority of the cops don't necessarily, like from the video footage we've seen, don't necessarily just strap up and kill like white people, Latinos, Asians, everybody and all that. But for black people, it's very much like he was jogging funny. He was jogging funny. Have your gun ready. It's really sad.
It's
and the thing is, sorry, my bad. What were you saying?
I forgot.
What?
I forgot to say it again.
I was going to say the issue with that is a lot of people sit back and watch those stories and they just skip past them. What black people do when they see that happen is they take a sigh of relief because they sit back and say, whew, thank God it wasn't me today. Like, that's a thing that we do. You know, like, it's not that we sit back and think we're going to put ourselves in those situations, but you never know. You never know if a cop is going to pull you over and just have a bad day, be a racist, treat you like you're not human, murder you. You know, it's one of those things that really, I guess, gets to me. But I was trying to say, Paul, because obviously we saw what happened the same evening that everybody got that video. Not sure though. I forget. Was that the same day that he was killed that was posted?
I think it was the next day. I don't know if it was right.
I think it was the following day.
Time is like so weird now. I can't tell days anymore.
Yeah, I feel that. But you know, the girl filmed the video. She saw it. She saw it happen in real time. Posted it, and then the city turned into anarchy, which I don't condone it, obviously, but I understand it. I get it.
I get it too. I'm not mad at it one bit.
I mean, yeah, you know, it's one of those things
People
where
are like, they're destroying their own communities. I'm like, yeah.
They don't even own those communities. That's a fun thing. People love to say you're destroying black-owned businesses. Black people don't. There's a very few amount of people who are black who own their own business. They still have to pay the banks. They don't own that storefront. They own the stuff that comes into it, but it's more or less that they're paying off the bank that allowed them to purchase that space to even create their business. But not to say that those should be destroyed. They'll be rebuilt. And a lot of people who are losing their businesses aren't really, they're not conflicted. They're like, well, it sucks, but we have insurance. We can rebuild this and that. I personally, in my own brain, I understand I understand the perspective of well, not necessarily understand, but I myself, you know, wouldn't be like, if I was at a protest and I was at one, I wouldn't try to destroy the establishment. That's just me personally. But I understand why people were doing it, in my opinion, the first like 2-3 days. Now I feel like since all the spots have been hit, it would be weird if people continue doing it. Also, I want to say that a lot of people aren't considering that a large amount of people who are taking the opportunity to destroy things are anarchists. And I mean, people keep saying Antifa, but you know, anarchists, Antifa groups, just wild childs, people who just want to get beyond the come up. Because, you know, a lot of these people who are frustrated are still people who are in poor, low income communities, and they're like, no, they're not breaking the windows, but they are jumping in the stores and being like, I'm gonna get me some free stuff because I would never be able to get this stuff if I wasn't here. So
yeah, and we're also at a point now where like people don't have money.
Yeah, so you know,
and like now, like if they were gonna loot, probably people went in there looting food and whatnot. Yes, there are people who went in and looted for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I can see it. People haven't worked in like months.
Yeah.
At this point,
so a lot of people are being put out of their homes. That's the truth of it. Here in LA, I see a lot more homeless people nowadays. Like a lot more tents and stuff under freeways, and it's fucking scary. And the government, the economy, they're not doing anything to help these people. I'm not saying that I condone. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but I understand. I'm just saying I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Also,
the people who are going in like stealing Jordans, like
yeah.
Also, the cops help.
Also, yeah. Let's not act like cops ain't doing it too. There's footage of that. If you know, not to say that I'm not trying to come for anybody who has an opinion on this video that we're making, but I'm just saying, hey, if you gonna blame the rioters, blame them cops too, because a lot of those. Not even just stealing though, a lot of those cops are instigating and that's the one thing, Paul, because we haven't even really gotten into the conspiracy theories of all the stuff happening right now.
Umbrella Man.
Well, that Umbrella Man at AutoZone in Minneapolis, and that to me, that's like an old theory. Like there's that. There's
the Purge, I'm telling you.
The Purge. I'll let you explain that in half a second, because I was going to say there's Umbrella Man who was destroying all the AutoZone windows. There's the
cops setting up bricks randomly in the front of places.
Cops setting up
where protests are going.
The convenient bricks that are on the road. The cops who are just like literally tear gassing people and shooting them with rubber bullets when I don't get why they're doing it when they're peacefully protesting. I just don't. But Paul has a great analogy. Paul, please explain to those of us who have not seen this movie the basic synopsis of The Purge.
Okay, well, it's called The First Purge.
Oh wait, that's like the third movie, isn't it? It's a prequel.
It's like the third or fourth one, but it takes place before everything.
Okay.
It stars Daniel from Insecure. So pretty much it's like the first Purge. They wanted to have it in like low income areas because they thought that the Black and the Latino communities have a higher rate of mental illness. So like there's like, let's make a night so that everybody can let loose and purge everything, and so everybody can be cool again, and there'd be no more crime throughout the year, except for that one night of crime. But so what ends up happening, spoilers for this movie, I guess, is like nobody does it. Like nobody in the hood wants to do it. So what ends up happening is like they start calling in.
Sorry, I just had a loud noise blast in people's ears, and I know they're gonna hate me for that. Sorry, everybody. Damn, I'm so sorry. Please continue, Paul. I was gonna let the Purge trailer play while you're talking about it. All right, my apologies, podcast listeners. Jesus Christ.
It's all good. So like first, like they start trying to pay people, and we'll pay you thousands of dollars, and like per each crime you do. And then when those people like don't really want to do it, they're like, okay, call in the mercenaries. So what they end up doing is they start calling in like racist Nazi groups and cops and military people to come into the hood and make it seem like it's the people who are doing it, but in reality it's really the cops who set it all up. Like, oh, okay. And I like that theory it's kind of like what I've been seeing with what's happening is like, yes, cops are conveniently setting up bricks everywhere and hoping that people will give them a reason to act.
Yeah. That's a weird thing though, because like the movie, you're saying the storyline is it's pent up mental frustration, but what would be the reason for what we're dealing with?
We're in a bad situation money wise, and so in order for some companies to stay afloat, maybe they're hoping that the insurance companies will pay them out with all the damage that'll be caused because of the riots.
I've heard that, but it's one of those things where I've heard that theory where people are like, they're destroying stuff so that the companies can capitalize on insurance. But I heard another important thing where people said it wouldn't matter because if you basically bankrupt the insurance companies, there is no money to forego on everybody. Like you can't give money that isn't there if everyone has insurance claims at the same time. So I don't know. Also, these dudes' lineups are way too crispy. Like they're killing me.
This is pre-corona.
But at the same time, I just don't understand why is this the dude's hairstyle? They're too clean. They're like they got like these 80s fades and they're just a little much. But that's an interesting concept. Like I was never aware that was the whole point of this movie, the prequel movie.
Yeah.
That they wanted to start an uprising in low-income communities, aka ghettos, and no one in the community wanted to destroy it, so they had to send covert ops to make it happen.
Well, none of they made a point to be like everybody who had like mental illnesses would like get money if they were like to create crime, so they do it, but everybody else, like the main population, didn't want to do it.
Yeah. That's weird.
So it's a good movie.
Did you watch the rest of the Purges?
No, I only watched this one because I have black people in it. So.
Oh my god. Well, they support black communities.
Yeah, I saw that Daniel was the star. Daniel from Insecure was the star.
But you don't even watch Insecure.
I do watch Insecure. What are you talking about? Molly's a wreck. I hate her.
No, don't you lie.
I really did. I watched it last night. It's very annoying.
Wait, but I know that. But you didn't watch season 1 through whatever of Insecure.
I did. I watched all of it.
When did you do that? You told me that you used to watch or was that Power that you would see that and the spoilers online for?
That was Power.
I swore you didn't watch Insecure the first season.
I watched all of Insecure.
Well, who made you watch it?
Myself. Because I saw a lot of Lawrence tendencies in myself.
Oh my god.
And now Lawrence is a god. And he's going to San Francisco and he's going to leave Issa to stay with Nathan.
So wait, did Lawrence's tendencies and his change help you change, is what you're saying?
It inspired me.
Oh, great. What changes you're inspired? How many seasons ago was that?
I want to grow another foot, and I want to lose a lot of weight, and then get into tech, and then leave a Best Buy t-shirt in my ex's house.
Oh my god, Paul, just stop. All right, so Paul, what's your theory on these bricks? Or we kind of just talked about it. Not just the bricks,
but like
yeah.
When Trump called them the National Guard, I saw them coming in.
I saw them at our mall.
Yeah, they were just out and about. Like when there was protesters in Van Nuys, which is like a real small street, but like they were blocked off with like rows and rows of cop cars with like a big line in the middle, escorting in like National Guard trucks. I was like, what the heck is going on? And then sure enough, a couple of minutes later, I saw Donald Trump holding the Bible upside down in front of a church, damn near declaring martial law. Like
the funny thing about him is like he can't even like evil villain right. Like he making so many mistakes. It's so ridiculous, man.
Before he even went to the church, he had like his troops like flash bang the protesters so they could get out the way so he could walk.
Yeah, that was wild that he did that. Like I've never seen a president use their power for tyranny, for literal like being a tyrannical leader. I've never seen that before. That is
He
so
wants to be Kim Jong Un.
low key. He Kim Jong Un in the United States of America.
Oh damn!
Kim Jong United States.
You know who we need to help solve this problem though?
Please don't say nobody dumb. Who you about to?
Dennis Rodman.
All right, Paul.
He helped Kim Jong Un. Maybe he can help Trump.
Help Trump what, Paul?
Just like calm down.
He's not a therapist, bro. He's
not with Kim Jong Un.
He's not a therapist, dude. But yeah, it's crazy. Like they literally tear gassed people who were peacefully protesting in front of the White House, and without any warning. That's my thing. The scariest thing is like I just don't understand. I don't understand where his brain is at. Like these are real. These are your Americans. Why are you treating them like this?
She's killing it though.
Yeah, she's killing it. I was gonna say shout out to the mayor in Washington D.C. for getting 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue changed to 1600 Black Lives Matter Plaza. That was some G stuff. That was gangster.
It's on Apple Maps and whatnot too, Google Maps too.
Yeah. I saw the paint of the Black Lives Matter, which I thought was really dope. I don't know if they're going to keep that in there, if they're going to keep that on the street for however long.
I hope so. Dope.
How many because there's been a lot. It's one of those things where this is such a deep rooted conversation to have. Like I don't even know. There's so many things that have happened since George Floyd passed away. Like George Floyd passes away. Minneapolis is burning to a crisp. The next day,
they have no cops now.
Or well, they're trying to dismantle and turn it into something different. We don't know exactly what that means. LA has their protests. New York has their protests, and we're not even considering the fact that other black people have been killed during this whole thing. There was a guy in New York who owns, I think it was New York. It might have been, I forget where it was. It might have been New York, or it might have been North Carolina or Texas. A guy who owns a rib shop that he would feed a lot of cops at and treat them all right. But my thing that's really getting me is what is this this light switch of intense police brutality going on now compared to what was the first, I don't know, day of all this chaos? Because now,
well, they can justify it now at this point. If there's a large group of people, one of the main cop rhetorics that they always say when they kill a black person is oh, my safety was endangered. But if there's hundreds of people around, you can use excessive force and not really be punished all that much.
I feel that, but it's I don't understand.
It's justified this time. It's
yeah, it feels though genuinely Trump has given the order. This is oh, whoops, I did something wrong. As if this is as if this is a Star Wars movie. It feels
he's Palpatine.
It feels Lord Vader is, it feels he's just yo, I don't care anymore. I'm going to do what I want, do as I feel. Did you just have a brain blast? Are you good?
I did.
Please indulge us and back away from your camera. You're a little close.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So, if Trump is Palpatine,
yes,
does that mean that Kanye West is Vader? And he's going to help dismantle Donald Trump.
I fucking hate you so much.
By throwing him off the White House.
I hate you.
What if this is the long con this whole time? I wore these red hats so that I can help abolish Trump's evil tyranny across America. And then he creates the greatest album of all time.
I hate you so much for turning this serious conversation into a goddamn Kanye mixtape. I hate you.
What if this is the long con?
That is funny though. But no, what's his name? What's his name's joined the Jedi again, the light side. Kanye's been in these streets. Kanye's been walking everything back.
Is he back?
I don't know.
No, I can't.
I don't think he's 100% back, but I think he knows that he'd rather have his community support him than the people who pay for his.
Where did he protest though? That
I don't know. He was in Chicago. He's in Chicago.
So he went home.
Shut the fuck
to Chicago, aka Tatooine, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. It's making sense.
It all's coming together. Speaking of which, let's keep talking, because my thing is there's so many different angles to this. Like the fact that the NFL fucking apologized, but still not directly.
Wait, did they apologize to Kaepernick? Though,
no, see, that's the thing. They apologized, but not directly to Cap, which is Cap. It's just, like, it's trash. Like the NFL literally went, "We were wrong. We made a mistake. Whoopsie."
They didn't say if we were wrong about Kaepernick's situation.
They just said we were wrong about like what they. It's as if they talked about Kaepernick without talking about Kaepernick, in the sense, like, you know what they did? They said we made a mistake about taking a knee, and we're not going to mention the person who did take a knee. We're just going to mention how we apologize, and now we're all good, right? You'll please continue watching our football games, regardless of us directly apologizing to Colin Kaepernick and or giving his job back. We're all good, right? It's all gravy, isn't it now? I'm trying to find this thing on Twitter because I want to see. Because you know why they did that? Because first off, Drew Brees, idiot, talking about I don't respect anyone who doesn't respect the flag, and then his whole team.
What?
Are you not up to date on this stuff?
I don't care about sports. You know this.
So Drew Brees was on Yahoo Sports being interviewed, and they said, "How do you feel about all the protesting and kneeling during the flag?" So he responded, "I could never respect anyone who disrespects the flag." And in doing that, everyone said, "Drew Brees, we on your ass." His own teammates then came out with messages saying, "Drew Brees, you need to understand that at the end of the day, you get to leave the arena or leave the NFL stadium with your your shield, which is your white skin. Like, you're a white person. You don't have to feel how we feel once we leave. Once I come out of this uniform and I'm out on the streets, I'm a black person. I'm a black person who has to deal with black problems, and people usually don't see my face anyway. So with that being said, if they don't see my face, then they're just going to think I'm just any other black dude. They don't care if I'm an NFL player or not." And I just found the tweet from the NFL, which is some bullshit. But yeah, basically Drew Brees did that. Then the next day, I don't know if you saw the picture. He posted a picture that he got off of like a stock photo website where it's a black guy and a white guy handshaking.
Oh no.
It's so fucking bad, but it's so funny. And he apologized and tried to walk it back. But everybody's like, "Nah, Brody, we heard you the first time. No one, not that no one believes you. No one cares anymore, because you went out of your way and already basically said, yo, fuck anyone who tries to disrespect America and their flag," when that's not what kneeling was about anyway. Kneeling was showing respect and solidarity to the people that have been taken due to police brutality. And it's just one of those things where the NFL, they just love to miss the mark, and Colin Kaepernick just hates America because he's kneeling. First off, he don't have to like America if he wants to. America ain't shit. like America did to black people the worst travesty, and a lot of other people, and they're continuing to do it. There's still Latino kids from the border in cages and ICE during this whole pandemic that no one's talking about.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Damn. Well, I wonder what that shit was like. Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying. So it's just one of those things where it's like, at the end of the day, like, to be American is cool, but it's like, if you want to go back far enough to understand where we come from and how this place came to be, no one would want to respect this place, except for people who are, racist, in my opinion, or who don't realize that, like, just as much as they think their forefathers fought to make this country a thing, we were there too. Like, I hate when and according to Drew Brees, he tried to say, the American flag reminds me of my grandfather and my father who fought in the wars and this and that. White people, not just all white people, but some, if not a large majority, love to act like there were no black people, Latinos, Asians.
Have they not seen Glory?
Oh, they for sure have not seen Glory. Have they seen Red Tail? Have they seen Red Tails?
I haven't seen Red Tails.
Wow. Your coon chip is activated.
My brother, you have coon so hard.
So it's just one of them real frustrating things, man. So look, I'm gonna pull up this tweet from the NFL real quick. We're gonna just sit back and look at it. Give me a second, y'all. Here we are. So the tweet says, and I quote, "We, the NFL, condemn racism and the systematic oppression of black people. We, the NFL, admit that we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encouraging all to speak out and peacefully protest." Ain't no NFL players. We're talking about Colin Kaepernick. Give Cap his job back. Say my name. Heisenberg. You're damn right. Right. We the NFL believe we the NFL believe Black Lives Matter. # inspire change. Boy, if this ain't the most Kaepernick ass Cap, not Kaepernick, but Kaepernick ass tweet, bro. It's so disrespectful and disingenuous. Like,
black people in our.
Sorry, hold on. I'm bringing it up so people can listen to it. At least they're making an effort. But give Cap his job back and give him back all the money he would have made. All right, so we're gonna
Kaepernick should just they're like, okay, yeah.
Make Cap an NFL owner. Let's go. Make him a team owner. Put him on the board. They would hate that shit, bro. And that's the thing. People sit back and act like things are fair, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, there are no people of color who own anything of real significance. Not that there aren't. Like, there's a few black billionaires, maybe one. I remember he gave out tuitions to all the kids who graduated Morehouse or something. But there's like a few black billionaires, Latino billionaires, this and that. But at the end of the day, the way that our economy was built to keep older white males in power, and they own the NFL, they own the NBA, they own the NHL, they own the MLB, they own all the biggest businesses that are out, Apple, they own all the fast food chains. It's just one of those things where it's not even to make it fair for black people, it's to make it fair for all people at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's not. Like, people in different countries probably have their own profit margins and have great things going on, like in China, Singapore, Russia, Ukraine, all these things. But in America, where it's technically supposed to be the land of the free and the land of the united grouping of people, it's just not true. It's just one of the things where, a lot of people are sitting here just now figuring it out. And it's like, black people, if you were born black, you've known this since you were younger. You've known this since you were a kid, that people are going to treat you different just because you're a different color. Could you imagine being a person who wakes up angry at different colors? That's like looking at a Crayola box and being upset. I don't get it.
I hate that shade of red.
I hate it. All right, Paul.
I hate when I get angry, I see red. I come home and see that same sheet of red in my kid's grand box. Goddamn
red. All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, the blood is on my neighborhood, but that's just.
I'm gonna play this NFL clip real quick. Here we go.
It has been a difficult time for our country, in particular, black people in our country. First, my condolences to families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and all the families who have endured police brutality.
This is Cap.
We, the National Football League, condemn racism and the systematic oppression of black people. We, the National Football League, admit we were wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier. And
say his name. Sorry, as you can read it, Paul, it's the same as the tweet, but he said we condemn African American, NFL players who were speaking out. You know his name, Young Cap. Y'all are capping on Kaepernick right now.
I disagree with this because like the NFL is like modern day slavery.
So is the NBA.
I meant like not modern, well, like the draft.
Yeah, so is the NBA.
With like
now let me see which little black boy I want playing for my team this year.
His hand size is way bigger than his hand.
What's his wingspan, Timmy? What's his wingspan? Does he
Can he
got?
pick a football better than the other one?
Can he dunk some a basketball into the hoop, please? Can he into it? Oh my God!
I've said it before. It's the same thing.
Except they get paid, Paul. You didn't get paid for slavery. I'm already dealing with if I get comments who say, well, last time I checked, slaves weren't paid.
They're paid to live.
Oh my gosh, dude. But you know what's really throwing me off though? It would be one thing if it was just our country who was like trying to set us up during this whole revolution / protesting / rioting and looting thing. But in other countries, I've been seeing it happening too. Like I saw a video on my Instagram the other day of a guy who was in Toronto, Canada, and the cops were putting rocks from this. I told you this in the other day when we were hanging out. I think, didn't I? I think we were talking about this. Yeah, they were taking rocks out of this like little bush area near this little adjacent park to the sidewalk of a street, and they were putting a big old pile of rocks right on the sidewalk. And I'm like, in other countries, why are y'all starting race wars? I'm confused. I thought y'all would just show support from afar and mind your business, and then do it like John Boyega's doing, and just like saying that we're with you. Like
shout out to John Boyega.
John Boyega, yo, he's the GOAT, bro. They need to give that man his own 3-part series of a Star Wars movie. Stop playing with him.
They do.
They really
Disney
do.
Plus.
Like, let's be real. Force Awakens was the best one. Did you like the 2 other ones after? I'm not talking about the whole title. I'm talking about those 3 that just happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, not of all of them. No, of course not. I'm talking about the 3 that recently happened. To me, the best one was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just A New Hope again.
Yeah. But it was also a new hope for black people, and they took it away from us, brother. Why was he not a young King Kunta of the Jedi?
Well, he does have the Force, apparently. That's what he was trying to tell Rey during the 3rd movie.
He's Force sensitive.
Yeah.
But I just hated that. I hated that. It's giving me a headache talking about it. Sorry. I genuinely hated it. But yeah. But back to whatever this podcast was about. I just think it's one of those things where the whole conspiracy stuff, the looting, the rioting, the protesting turned into police brutality. Like I don't understand how police want to be looked at as better cops when they keep beating the shit out of people. I just don't get it. Like you can't police brutality police brutality is you can't beat away police brutality with more police brutality is what I'm trying to say, because that's what they're doing. And also, conspiracy theory number 15, not to get weird, you seen these pictures of the dude who killed, what's his name?
Oh, with the weird, it's just we can't even trust our own eyes anymore.
You see, like, listen, people who are listening to this, also leave a review, leave us a positive review, or I mean, if you want to put negative, you can. If you don't like it, I'm sure. But my question is, what is with these photos that I'm seeing of Chauvin, however you say this guy's name, and they don't look like the dude who had the knee on George Floyd. I don't understand what's happening, but also I've heard that they used to work with each other too. That was another thing.
It's the cash cab man, I'm telling you.
It's not funny, dude. That's not funny, but what do you think about that, Paul?
I'm just throughout this whole corona situation, I'm just so tired of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
As a whole. First,
oh yeah, I forgot that corona is its own conspiracy.
Like 5G towers, and then like that old man who got pushed to the ground was like a crisis actor.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I was like, why can't things just be what it is?
I don't know. It's all
George Floyd was a Freemason, and he's doing his due diligence to help improve America by sacrificing his life. And I'm like, I don't know. No.
I don't know. It's I don't know what to think. It's just weird. It's just a weird, like, wherever we are right now in life is just, I just don't even understand it. Like, I'm so lost. I'm so confused. I'm weirded out of these. I'm just, it's all odd, man. I don't even know what to think. Here's one of those photos that I'm talking about, people who are listening. So this is, I don't know. And like, yeah, I don't know what to think, but this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, you're getting these conspiracy threads.
Maybe he got a mess. Maybe he put in some Beijing in his hair.
People are trying to say that this is not the same person. So it says, not my personal idea, but something's off here. Derek Chauvin somehow regrew his hair and had his forehead altered during a week in prison. What the F is up? So you're seeing people who are making these like distinct theories that like the hairline's off, the
ears don't match.
The ears don't match. The hair in the back is different. And it's weird because I don't know what to think now. I really don't know what to think anymore. This is obviously a conspiracy subreddit, so we won't dive into it too deep. But I know I'm not the only one.
His eyes look different. It looks like he's got baby blues on the left.
It looks like he dropped weight and is younger. Like, I don't even know what to think. So, like, that's what, like, all of this is just too much at this point. Like, I'm so lost. Where are we right now? Paul, where are we?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, man.
The Matrix is messing up. We're not supposed to be seeing all this stuff.
It feels like we're in Westworld. That's what it feels like. Or the Matrix. That's a dated movie. Kids don't know the Matrix anymore, Paul.
They should, because the Matrix is awesome.
It was really good.
Just watch the first one.
Right now?
No, I'm just telling the kids.
Oh, you're telling people to watch it. Yeah, I feel that. But I don't know. We've been rambling for however long. Is there anything, Paul, are there is there anything you want to talk about in the last leg of this podcast that, like, I don't know whether it's, you know, personal experiences or be kinder to people, or this hopefully this helps change. Oh, we didn't even mention the fact that, like, gaming companies and all those people, you know, put out statements that
I still have my theories about that, but
that don't mean shit.
Right.
That's not a theory. That's dead ass. That's, yeah, you can elaborate if you want.
I said, like, when Sony canceled their PS5 reveal, I was like, what if they just really didn't have anything to show yet?
Nah,
they're just using it as an excuse not to buy some time.
Hey, they got another week to hopefully put out some heat. Stop playing with us.
No, they have the things on Thursday.
I know, that's what I meant. They had a week, is what I'm saying. Also, speaking of the thing on Thursday, Paul, I'm not gonna get a chance to watch it live, so I don't know if I told you that, but
you did, but
well, I've got work. Right. I got work, y'all, and I mentioned this already in my video that I posted possibly yesterday, depending on when I post this. I have no idea. Or
well, I will try not to spoil it for you.
Or you could just not watch it. We could watch it together. Nah, you're good. I'm sure that'll be our follow-up podcast or next week's podcast. But I mean, you know what it is, Paul. Like, the thing is that people don't realize. You mentioned how this is all circumstances and we mentioned this. The fact that this is such a huge issue is the only reason it's getting the type of coverage it deserves. Like, I mentioned this to people who I think I streamed the other day, and I mentioned it, and I was like, yo, these
shout out to 50,000.
Shout out what?
Shout out to your 50,000.
Oh yeah, we hit 50K. Hey, shout out to y'all who follow me on Twitch. But I was trying to say, I said on my Twitch stream the last time I think I hung out with people talking, I was like, yo, let's be real. a lot of these people coming out talking about they Black Lives Matter are not really Black Lives Matter. They're Black Lives Matter right now this week while it's trending and trendy. Yeah, they Black Lives Matter. Like, not to say they're not, but at the same time, they don't care enough to like make real change in their own lives. Like, none of these huge content creators are really close friends with Black people, and if they are, that's great. But I ain't never seen it. You know, like, like it's and like on the opposite spectrum, I'm not super close with too many people who are white, but I do. But it's one of those things where when you're the minority, you make those friends because they're the majority anyway. And I have plenty of white friends that I talk to on a regular basis. They're not my best friends. My best friends in my circle are probably going to be Black, but it's just one of those things where I'm talking about the fact that to their one Black friend, I've got at least 200 white friends in my phone I could call right now and say hi. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you meet these people as you grow up, and this is just how it works. And I'm not saying, and it's like, friendship aside, it's just one of those things where these same people who have made posts and have said that they support equality and this and that, they would have not said all of this if this did not last as long as it went. If the protest did not go longer than a week and this was a 24-hour incident, this would have just been another dead Black person y'all would have heard about. Nintendo would not have posted about them. Xbox, PlayStation, Ninja, Tim.
Wait, Ninja said something? The GOAT?
David Dobrik, Tim the Tap Man. None of them. It's not that they don't care. It's just that it's not a situation that really involves their lives, because, and I think David Dobrik isn't even white. He's from like, I don't know, Croatia or something. But you know, on the internet he's white. On paper, like it's just true. On paper, I'm Black. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a light skinned kid and you favor your Black side, on paper you're still Black. Even if you have a white mom and a Black dad, it's just the truth. But you know, I don't see it as disingenuous. I just hope they keep that same energy for the rest of their lives. That's what I'm saying. I hope they keep that same support Black people, support this, support that energy for the rest of their lives, and not just sit back and have a token Black friend who is the one Black friend to all of the white content creators online. Because I know who those people are. I've been that person before. I know exactly what that is. You know. And even to your group of friends, it's one of those things where like that, you know, that's the type of shit that they do nowadays. Even if you go on like TikTok, you know, you get like, you seen that one TikTok, Paul, where they use the Black kids so they could say the N-word in that one skit.
Which one?
Damn near all of them. But there was one recently where they had the two white kids pull a Black kid up when they say the N-word in a song. And it was like, but the Black kid was like down with it. But it's like, that kid isn't. Oh. Well, but the thing is, that kid's a teenager. He's not aware that his white friends, and the white friends, I think all of them are unaware that it's fucked up. Like, you don't really think about how fucked up it is because no one has to deal with it except for that Black kid. The white kids get to just go on and keep making their content and making their videos. But the Black kid has to go back to the reality that, like, people do think I'm lesser than. People do think I'm just a prop for people's entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. It's just really fucking stupid. What are you reading over there, by the way?
He's a savage. I'm trying to find the clip.
Which one?
The white kid.
The TikTok one?
Yeah.
I can probably find it for you. Hold on a second. But if I type in racist TikTok, it's just gonna all of them go.
Yeah, never mind.
Racist TikTokers. Oh man. I know that I saw it from my boy Kev on stage, and he was talking about it, and he was like, Black kids, you do not need to be the prop for your white friends' videos. Like, just be you and be your best, you know, be the best you that you can be. But
my favorite video of this week is the emo Black kid who sounds like Gabe.
that kid was actually really funny, and I don't even know where that came from though. Huh?
The Gabe, we need the emo Black kids.
I found it. Here's the clip. You can't hear it though, but here it is playing in the background for everybody. I'm gonna play the video, and Paul, you're just gonna have to like watch. But here we go.
Black kids on.
Here we go.
Young black kids on TikTok. You don't have to be the nigga prop.
Nigga think he bulletproof. I guess I'm gonna have to show him these
No.
So basically, if you didn't,
What
if
is
you,
the song? They're
so the
singing?
song says it says N-word think he bulletproof. Dum dum. Something, show him what these bullets do. I don't know. If you want, I can copy the link to you. But I mean, just type in Kev on stage, whatever the name of this video is. I know, but yeah, you know, he's preaching like it's stupid right here.
I didn't see it. Young man, I know you don't know me. Come on, young man.
We should do that. Let's make the same video.
What'd you say?
Let's make the same video but reverse it.
Nah, I'm good. Hold on. So I'm just playing it for people who are listening.
This kid's that clay. He be trying to be creative and stuff. He don't be trying to say the N-word.
Because like that's the thing.
He be covering his mouth and stuff like.
Actually, we don't have to watch this whole video because we already watched it and we know what's going on. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. This black kid who thinks, oh, this is gonna be like not even it's gonna be fun. I'm trying to tell you, I know the exact same. I know the phone call that happened. The phone call is, yo, hey Marquise, do you want to come over? We're shooting TikToks, bro.
Oh, so you gotta be called Marquise.
Because this whole bit is racist. We might as well go 100%. I don't know. What do you want to call him? We can call him Paul. You're black. You got a black name. My name's John. I don't. It doesn't matter. That was racist on me for calling Marquise.
Our names come from a book that was used to enslave our people, brother.
But let's say the kid's name is Kevin, or his.
We're gonna call him. What's on his back? Zay.
Zay. What?
I'm looking over. Kevin,
that's it. That's his kid's names.
Okay, you
just go with a name. His name. Let's call the black kid Derek, right? Whatever. The black kid. I'm sure the phone call was them calling and being like, "Yo, Derek, bro, you want to come over? We're doing this skit, dude. We're doing a dope ass TikTok, bro. It's gonna be fun, dude. Trying to collab with you, bro." Yeah. Okay. And then he goes over there and he's like, yo, what's the TikTok? Yeah, we want to play this song for you. Listen. Boom, 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 boom. And when he says the N-word, bro, we're going to pull you up and then drop you.
Yeah, that's probably how it went.
Okay. Is there anything else? Nah, dude, you're going to be in it for like just a second. But like, dude, we're going to tag you though, bro. Fucking, it's gonna be sick. And then the black kid's there, so now it's just like, well, I'm here and I see this as an opportunity to grow on TikTok, and I am demeaning myself for these people's entertainment. Oh my goodness,
brother, you have
it's a coon.
Oh my goodness.
But he doesn't. The thing is, it's just so sad that like I've done that type of shit too. I ain't gonna lie, I've done that. I used to shoot skits with Shane Dawson. Remember them?
Shanae, your best friend.
I didn't work with Shanae, but I remember working. I remember being a prop for people's videos, so they have an excuse to do ignorant racist parts in their content, you know. And like, you know, like I'm not trying to shit on Shane Dawson in particular. It's just a example that I have in my head, but it's just what it is. It's just like. Black people grow up knowing they're lesser than, and white people grow up knowing that black people are lesser than, but they're not going to talk about it, but they're going to take advantage of it as often as possible. Like, not every single one in the world, obviously. I know I generalize by saying black and white, but I'm just saying in life, that's just, it's been bred and taught to us since you know, the dawn of time, or dawn of America. It's just one of the things where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna steal these people and make them work for us. Okay, cool. Yeah. Eventually we'll let them go, maybe, but we're not gonna treat them as equals. We're gonna treat them as lesser than, because, you know, you worked for us, we didn't work for you. So now for the rest of your lives and your children's lives and your children's lives, they're all gonna think that, because we set that precedent from day one. So there's no reason for you all to ever think you can rise up and overcome or be on equal terms with us. It's a wrap for y'all. Y'all are lesser than, we're better than, you know, and that's it. Sad to say out loud.
Yeah.
You all right,
man.
You okay, buddy? You all right, buddy?
I'm good.
I want that energy in the microphone in future podcasts. Don't. No. Paul, come on, man. Don't get that close to the mic. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where, like, at the end of the day, for those of y'all who watch us or watch us online, just, you know, we're gamers. We're gamers. We're enthusiasts of entertainment, tech, this, that. We're best friends. But at the end of the day, we're still black people. And we have to go through this after y'all get done watching fun videos that we create or fun content that we make. It ain't just,
That's true.
Yeah, we don't like, you know, if Paul comes over to do a collab, Paul has to worry about getting pulled over on his way home. If I go, you know, if Paul, Dave, Ronnie come over and we shoot Mario, it's like, you know, we then go back to our lives outside of creating funny little videos for the internet. And as for black dudes, we are all aware of what our existence means. We're like, it's more of us being well aware that we're lucky to be alive at certain ages than we are like lucky to be where we are in our lives at certain ages.
I've had friends who've been killed by the police.
Yeah, that's the evil, the scary truth of it all.
Shout out to Elwood.
Is that
R.I.P.
Is that your friend who passed away?
That's one of my friends who got killed by the police.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
they shot him because he was holding a stick.
That's crazy. What was he holding the stick for? Was it at a dance thing or something?
No, this is undance related.
Oh, holding a stick, man. That's the type of shit. And then that stick turns into a affidavit on a piece. Yeah, on a police report. Individual was acting reckless with what seemed to be an AK-47, clipped and loaded, ready to unload on us unsuspecting cops. Fucking assholes, dude. And you know what pisses me off is, like, even now, is the fact that they're not going out there with body cams now, and they're just like, they're like, it's just they're enforcing march. Like, I don't understand how peaceful protests and people speaking their mind ends up with cops beating the shit out of people and or grabbing and dragging them from the front of the line to the back of the cop line. Like, don't let that one speak anymore. He'll give them confidence. I don't like it. I really don't like it.
Yeah, well, like, people forget that the police was originally created to help catch slaves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were made for, not to uphold the laws. They were slave catchers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's still kind of what they try to enforce on people of color. Runaway slaves.
Yeah.
Need to be put in our place.
And you know, I'm sure that back in that day they would make black people their own police. They would make black slave police go capture other black people, and then because it's like, either you're gonna get caught and I catch a whooping, or I'm gonna catch a whooping for not catching you. So it's really fucking fucked up shit. And like, it's one of those things where in this day and age where we are, and we have no idea what that would be like. It's like, it's crazy to even consider and fathom the thought that people were like, hey, we should buy these people. Hey, you're worth something. I want to own you as a person. I can't, my brain can't even wrap my head around that idea.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah.
Speak your truth, King. Sorry.
Is this part of like America's history that nobody wants to believe was really a thing? Even though it's very evidence that it happened. Like, I've been to like in DC, there's that a Black History Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like the shackles and like pieces of slave ships and stuff they've had there and all that stuff. So it's like, it happened. It's very real.
But it's also being held damn near in contempt and away from the younger generation to learn about. They don't even talk about that shit in school.
Well, some don't.
No, well, I would say
They taught it to us when I was in school.
no. I know they taught it to us when we were kids, but I'm talking about nowadays.
Oh.
I'm talking about nowadays, and I'm talking about even back then. Like, yeah, sure, we would learn about that shit, but we wouldn't learn about that shit all year. You'd learn about that shit in February.
February.
You'd learn about what black people were and or are a part of in February, and then right when March kicks in, all right, guys, right back to Christopher Columbus. Oh man, our American hero who fucking
came to America and found America.
Yeah, came to America. He just found it. It was just sitting there. Whoa.
That's it.
How the fuck was that? How the fuck was that even? Who is writing these books? Who? I just hate it, dude. It genuinely pisses me off. Like, I don't even get it. And now this next generation, I've been seeing videos of like TikTok kids talking about, why am I learning more about history from black creators on TikTok than I am in school? Like, what the fuck? What you talking about? They made the
peanut butter.
What you talking about? They made peanut butter, the light switch, the whatever you want to call it, super soaker. That Central Park used to be a thriving African American community, and then white people didn't like that and they destroyed it, and then they put a park on top of it. Like Black Wall Street. Ugh. I'm gonna get my blood's gonna start boiling. Because
watch the first episode of Watchmen.
Oh, I mean, I'm all right. I get you, but it just all sucks. And it all really sucks that people just want to start acting right about it now. That's also annoying. Like, people who think that they're stepping up and being like, I'm going to be doing better for the black community. It's like, y'all is so goddamn late. Nobody cares. Like, we're happy that you're aware and we hope that you keep this same energy pushing forward. But the fact that you have been asleep at the wheel for so goddamn long it's disrespectful. Like, you have had black friends all this time. You have sat back and have worked with black people all this time, but you never bother to ask them, what are they going through? You know?
Well, it's because those black friends are usually one of the good ones.
Yep. That shit right there. That bullshit right there. Some fucked up shit, dude.
It's one of the good ones. You're not like the other ones. You're not.
What does that mean? What bad ones? I'm so confused. Also, I don't like you know what I really hate about all this is the fact that you flip the stigma of what an evil person is on us based upon our skin tone when y'all were the ones who were evil from the jump. Like,
well, history is often written by the winners.
Yeah. I think it's just terrifying. You raped, pillaged, stole, and then flipped the whole goddamn conversation and made it seem like the people that you did that to were the ones who did it. They were monsters. We had to put them in cages so they would act right. They weren't human, I tell you. Ugh, it's fucking stupid, dude.
Tag racism.
What'd you say?
Check on your black friends and make sure that we're good. Also, we're people. Treat us as such.
Yeah. But I would say to check in on your black friends, check on them in doses. Don't just fucking overload on them and be like, oh no, oh my god, are you okay? Dude, I got so many fucking got so many fucking phone calls and texts from people, and like, not to say that it wasn't nice, but it was fucking pointless. I was like, guys, the thing is, y'all don't realize black people are more or less probably the strongest people to come out of this country. We've had it the worst. So with that being said, if people don't even like hearing that. To them, that bothers them. The strongest? I don't think so. And it's like, yeah, you ain't been oppressed, so you have no idea. But for you to, call up and be concerned and ask questions, it's like, listen, I'm grown now. Us as black people, please stop. Us as black people have had to just kind of put up with what we've been dealing with for years now, to the point that it's like, as long as we're alive and we're able to, do some sort of level of succeeding when it comes to our well-being, like we're cool. We're not expecting anything more or anything less. We just sit back and we tolerate it. It's really frustrating. That's why we have so much issues in our own culture and our own stuff, and it's all bred by racism. It's all bred by slavery and all that bullshit that our ancestors were put through. Because here's the thing, a lot of people sit back and be like, oh, well, you weren't a slave, man, you gotta chill out. But you don't know if their grandparent was a slave. You have no idea if their great grandparent was a slave. Slavery didn't end that fucking long ago. It was like it was like same with just segregation. That's like 60 years old. That's crazy. Like 60 or 70 years old. We're both 30. So for 40 more years out, we would have been right there. Like, you know, but that's America for you. Huh?
The colored only water fountains and bathrooms.
Yep. And the funny thing is, when people try to rewrite history, they rewrite stories in the sense of in a way where that shit, some of that shit, because what's that, Paul? You know the movie with Taraji P. Henson where she's like she works for the NASA space program.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
Something places, pictures, writers, something. I don't know. Whatever the movie is. I watched a video that broke down how a lot of the roles in the movie weren't even real life characters. Like they wrote a role of a white guy in the movie who stood up against racism, and the motherfucker didn't even exist in real life. And I'm like, why are y'all trying to whitewash this film? Just let it be as natural and racist and fucked up as it is, so people can see it for what it is, instead of you changing the narrative to make it fit you better. Like, what is that? It's just all of it's gross. It's all gross.
Yeah,
I hate it all. And if I see one stupid comment that says, well, leave then, I'm gonna ban you.
Go back to your country.
It never was.
You don't even know where we're from.
Yeah, we're like, it's like one of those things where, you know, we're not even from there, dog. Like, we're from here. And it'd be nice if everybody just acted that way. All right, Paul.
Born in New York, son.
I forgot you were born in New York. New York, son, for 12 minutes, and then you moved.
Shout out to New York. Shout out to Hell's Kitchen. That's where I was born.
Paul, you got any final words on this joint, or do you want to keep going? We're about to hit the 2-hour mark.
Oh, this might be the longest podcast yet.
Ooh.
No, that's pretty much covered. Just everybody, just don't be shitty. Be good people.
Yeah, that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing for people, though.
If you have people in your family who don't get it, try to educate them and be the change that you want to see. I know that sounds corny, but like,
no, that's true. Hell yeah.
It's up to like usually the younger generation to talk to the older people to change their mind. So
yeah,
do that shit.
Yeah, or we just wait however many more years till all the old racists die, and then we're good.
Yeah, we're still stuck with the young ones. So
I know, because they teach it. It's a learned behavior, guys. That's the thing. Being racist is not something that anyone comes out of the womb wanting or doing. It's just truth. Like if you come out of the womb and you see the first person you see is a black lady or a Latino lady, and you're a white baby, you might think that's your mama because you don't know. You have no idea. So yeah, like Paul said, try to educate your parents. If you're a parent, try to educate your kids. If you're a grandparent and you're already educated, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. But
if you have young black kids, you gotta teach them young to like. I don't know. That talk is still kind of weird too.
What, the talk that when you're a young black kid that you need to understand that you're gonna be fucking treated differently?
Yep.
Yeah, that's some bullshit that we got to deal with. White parents don't teach their kids that. They look, Xander, come here, Xander. I want you to understand something. People are gonna think that you're racist because of the color of your skin. like that's not even the conversation. The conversation is that when you're a young black kid, it's one of the things where your parents let you know that, hey, things are not going to be fair. People are not going to treat you the same as other kids in your class. Some people might pick on you because of the color that you are. Some people might call you ugly because you're a different color, this and that. And also just the whole breakdown of, hey, if a adult tells you this or a cop says that to you, you listen, you do this. You don't respond with any hostility. You do that because at the end of the day, if they feel uncomfortable, you might be killed.
Right. Facts.
Yeah. So it's fucked up, man. It's like really fucked up shit. And I hate that we have to even talk about it, but it's real. And I want everybody who watches us to understand that, like, we're black and we have to go through this. No matter how fucking funny and entertaining you think we are, at the end of the day, we're still black people who have to deal with this. And you know, even with all this nuance and people coming up and talking about change, it's still one of them things where I don't trust it. I hope something changes. I hope the world gets better, but you can't until, like, if you know, it's just a fool me once terminology. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, all that bullshit. We've been being fooled for 500 years. So it's going to take a lot to get every black person on the same page of where people say they want things to go. I'm not saying that it's impossible and that we don't believe in it. I'm just saying that it's very hard to believe in with everything that we've had to deal with for such a long time. And especially if you've lived a life of just knowing that this is what it is. Me and Paul are both in our 30s. Like, we're just aware of it. We're not sad. We're not like super angry. Like, we're frustrated, but we're not here harping on it every day. We're trying to move forward in life and know our situation, but try to, you know, come out the other end with a smile on our face. But there's people who are black like us who have it way worse than us. So we're lucky. We're very lucky and very blessed to be in the I don't even know the position we're in, I guess. Like, I'm lucky to be able to create this stuff and make content and work on the internet and be an actor and be an entertainer and all that stuff. So it's just one of those things where even we know that a lot of black people have it worse than us, and people of different minorities and ethnicities and all that jazz. So I just hope this same energy keeps getting pushed into the future. If we can
I hope this energy continues and doesn't just end when the hashtag dies.
See, that's the thing. Because, like, we're a week out of it now, Paul, and it's
2 weeks. You think anything's going to be
like
the same, or you think nobody's going to care anymore?
I mean, that's the thing. People, it's one of those things where in this day and age, this whole like short attention span social media age, people aren't going to want to focus on this for so long. So all these people going to rallies, all these people going to protests and all this stuff, and they're trying to make change. I don't believe this I don't think this generation can be as committed as generations of the past, because generations of the past, they did like 70 days of protesting and all that stuff because they genuinely needed to fight for something. But in this future that we're in, this present time where a lot of us are doing all right, we're doing okay. Nobody's got shackles on their hands and feet. Nobody's being told that they can't eat at white Starbucks versus black Starbucks. You know, like, we're not. I feel like our pain.
Called bucks.
I just feel like our pain and strife and struggle is nothing compared to what our ancestors dealt with, and even just our parents or people from generations above us. So I'm hoping that this generation pushes forward, and that includes me, Paul, everybody. I hope I continue to post as much about it as I have been. But at the end of the day, some people are just going to be like, are we still doing that? Are we still like, we still making sure the black, yeah. Say that again. Sorry, Paul.
Do Black Lives still matter 2 weeks now? Yeah.
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, that's what I think, you know, I'm hoping, praying, but it's just like, I don't even know personally, at the end of the day, Paul, I don't even know what that change looks like. What is it that what is it that government will do to make black people not feel black anymore? It's not even a thing, in my opinion.
I don't, like, as much as I want it to change, I don't think it's going to. But then again, I'm just very cynical, just in general.
Yeah.
But so it's like, as much as I would like things to change, I don't think it really is. I think it's just like a facade, like a smoke screen. It's going to be like, yeah, we're going to do this like all in 2 weeks, but then it's going to just go back to business as usual.
It's just one of the things where
another black dude's killed.
Yeah, so another black dude's killed. And we've already had 2 killings. We had there was like a 13-year-old who got killed in New York or something, who got shot like.
I heard the video. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it either. But I just hope y'all out there who follow us and support us just understand what it is and you know, if you're supportive of your black friends or black creators, black communities, this and that, and you're not black, I just hope we all just keep that same energy. Just keep it pushing forward and just keep supporting. And, you know, even myself, I'll try to go out of my way to start letting y'all know about more content creators who are of black or Latino or Asian or white. It doesn't matter. I'm here to share the love and all that stuff. But, you know, in this moment, I'll definitely try to acknowledge people who come from my background and have my voice, you know what I'm saying, who understand what's going on. But yeah, that was a good little talk, Paul.
What?
Yeah, man. Well, I think that's gonna be it, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up. So you know what it is. If you enjoy these, keep contributing, keep hitting the like button, share, links, description below. Check out Paul, and yeah, we're gonna call it a wrap.
Peace out, people.
Peace out, people. All right, cool. That's it. Bye. Black Lives Matter. I'm probably cut it by Black Lives Matter, but okay.